Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Frank Leboeuf is joining us. We have Craig Burley and Shaka Hislop as well. We were talking about David De Gea, but he's at Fiorentina right now.
No, but what I meant was, yeah. People always take what I say out of context, and quite frankly, I don't care. Right? But what I meant was, we're talking about Adrian Rabiot without a club. How long did he go diving about in his back garden?
David De Gea.
A year, wasn't it? Because he he was a year out. Was it a year?
It worked. It worked.
Or was it more than
a move to Fiorentina,
was it
and all
more
that
than
hard
a year?
work paid off.
Hard work, what, diving about in the back garden? He's got one of those little goals in the back garden.
Which club's ownership situation is the worst? Manchester United, Chelsea or Everton?
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Right now, you have to say Everton.
Yes, I'm with Shaka.
Yeah, they're a shambles.
Oh, goodness me.
Bill Kenwright passed away. You have Moshiri in there, very rich businessman running it shambolically. They had some interest and potential bidding from people who I don't believe actually had the money, but that went quite a way down the line. It's just a mess. And they've got a new stadium coming and all this sort of thing, but the quicker they can get proper investment and proper ownership, the better. They're in bad shape.
Here's a nice question, Shaka. Who have you been most impressed by this season? Slot with Liverpool, Kompany with Bayern, or Flick with Barcelona?
Flick with Barcelona. Listen, I kind of struggled to see Slot succeed in Jurgen Klopp and didn't see him doing it as well as he did.
I'm not even going to say it. But how could you struggle to see?
Well, maybe struggle is not the right word.
Because he was always going to slot in. I couldn't help it.
Oh, good. Well,
Oh,
please.
my God.
My
God.
Sorry, Frank. I told him to go ahead and say it. That's on me.
I blame you for that.
Yeah, that's on me.
Because I thought about it. I thought it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
Sorry.
And then I did it.
My apologies, world. Sorry about that.
We aren't going to let you get away with that, Shaka.
Yeah, that's something. I said go and say it. Anyway, to the question. Listen, I thought filling again for your club was always going to be a tall order. I thought Barcelona were just in an absolute mess. And Hansi Flick kind of coming in just...
Yeah, but...
It's always going to be the flick of a switch.
Oh, good God. No, nobody asked for that. That's on you.
And Bayern...
He's in good company.
He's in good company, Bayern.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, well done. Oh, he's on fire. Oh, my God.
Anymore.
Oh, my God.
Slot
Nothing
in,
else.
flick of a switch. And he's in good company.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh, goodness.
You know what?
What were you going to say, Frank?
No,
Throw me some new
to go
names.
back with seriousness to the question, I really think that going after somebody who has so much success is much harder. So to go instead of going to something which is a shamble like it was for Bayern Munich and Barcelona. So it's a hard task, but it's not as hard as it was for Liverpool and for Slot, because you will gonna be compared and straight after. Because if you have the same team and you don't have a good result, you're gonna be compared and say, oh, you bad. So what he does right now is quite exceptional, I would say. So I put Slot first.
See, there's method in my madness. My plan is, if I can come up with as many bad puns as possible, they'll take me off this.
Craig,
They'll take me off Extra Time.
I've been doing
maybe
it for
even
4
more.
years.
I don't know.
The worst puns ever, and I'm still sat here, so I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah.
I love a pun.
Well,
I'm
to
still
be
here.
fair, you do.
Yeah,
For a long time, you had a monopoly on bad puns.
Now I've got some competition.
I'm not sure you can claim worst puns ever. I'm not sure you can lay that claim anymore.
She spread hers out over months. At least I just pulled mine all out in 1 minute. Right, come on.
All right, you ready? For all, start bench or drop these iconic international football stadiums: Wembley, Stade de France, and Maracana.
Which ones? Because the Wembley, the old Wembley and the old Maracana, or the new ones?
No, you choose.
I've never been to Maracana.
You choose which were most important to you.
I've only ever been to Wembley.
I want to say Wembley because the history. I think football was created in England, and you have to pay respect to that. And I had the chance to play 6 times at Wembley, and it's a fantastic atmosphere, and you feel the history of it. Stade de France is a young stadium, and we won the final, the World Cup finals, 6 months after the stadium was created. So the history is not really there, and it's a nice stadium, but it's a little bit too wide for me. I never had a chance to play in Maracana. So for me, it's Wembley, Stade de France, and then Maracana.
Any thoughts?
Well, I think I played 4 times at Wembley. Starting when I played at Wembley when I was 15, in the Scotland Schoolboys International. That was the old Wembley, 1986, 85, 86, somewhere around then. There was 100,000 at it. 15, we're all 15. Oh my God, that was a sleepless night. But the Stade de France for me, and I've always enjoyed Wembley. I haven't played at the new Wembley because the last time I played was when Don scored in '99, Don Hutchinson for Scotland when we beat England at Wembley. But the Stade de France for me was just something a little special because we played in the opening game of the World Cup there.
Yeah.
And it was against Brazil. So for me, I would go Stade, and I'd love to have gone down to Brazil, played in the Maracana, which I never ever had the chance. So I'm not going to rank them. That was just another needless, boring story.
I was
No,
waiting for
they're
a pun.
asking the
I was waiting for
questions.
some. I was like, Craig's going to have his work cut out, getting puns out of them.
Correct.
Oh well, he'll have a think. Anything that you'd like to say?
No, I've only ever played at Wembley. I haven't played at the others, so.
That's that. Frank, Mbappe, current form, it's quite questionable these days. Was there ever a time you witnessed even Zidane not playing to the standard he was famously known for?
Now that's the trick with Zidane. I think Zidane started slowly and went up like crazy. I mean, his first cap for France was a special one. He scored 2 goals and somebody said, okay, we have somebody special. But we were kind of waiting for his real birth. And he came for the final of the World Cup. And if he played well in the semi and the quarterfinal against Croatia and Italy, it wasn't that good. He's been suspended as well during the World Cup '98. And his form and the fact he became special came up slowly but surely when he came back from international duties and played in 2006. I think we saw fantastic Zidane in 2000. Then he was injured for 2002. Then he came back in 2006, where, my God, he played against Brazil. He was the only Brazilian on the field. He was better than anybody else. I mean, that was crazy. And that was of the best when he was in Madrid as well, of Zidane, little by little. So I couldn't compare because he went up and never stopped going up until he said, oh, you know what? I'm going to stop and I'm going to become a coach. And then he went up again.
Steve McManaman makes a point that Zidane struggling his first 2 or 3 months at Real Madrid. No. Again, Zidane struggling is
I'm looking for a pun.
Most other people's outstanding, granted. But McManaman, I'm just praying there's no more puns to come out of this somehow.
I can't get a pun out of Zidane.
Well, he suddenly got back on. No, I'm not.
Oh, God. Frank, save us.
Oh, no, it's too late. It's too late.
Go on, finish it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. No, I want to hear it. No, go on.
When he was
on.
good, ZZ Top.
Ah!
We have to stop.
Oh my God, that's a very good one.
Thanks, Frank.
Oh yeah, when I do it, you.
It's not a comparison, Craig. You were good as well. I'm just saying that it's a good
women
one.
do it, you're like that. I do it. You're like,
No. Rewind. I clapped you on the first one. The second was a little bit
There you go.
thick, but the first one
I
I
didn't
clapped
clap
you.
anybody.
Any chance we could listen?
I
got
you
a
know
request.
what? I like to be like the singer. I Clapton.
Oh, goodness.
Shaka, how challenging is it?
Any chance we could talk about Ronaldo?
Oh, have you got one?
No, I'm just asking for a friend. How many Ronaldo fans do you think we've got? Because he's got a lot. He's got a lot of fans.
Okay.
Old Cristiano's got a lot of fans, and rightly so. Him and Lionel. How many do you think they've got, like, each? Do you think it's balanced, 50-50? Or has Ronaldo got more? I don't know. It's a pure guess. We're probably upset. I say we.
It's kind of you.
Probably.
Yeah, it's kind of you.
You've been very happy and jovial tonight, so I think.
Yesterday I wasn't.
No, you weren't.
No.
Why?
So-
No.
Why?
When the San Marino, Liechtenstein, and Gibraltar league table come up.
I hear you, Craig. I hear you. I'm with you, man.
When that graphic entered
that came
the
up,
television
he was at rock
stratosphere,
Oh, good.
I just I won't tell you what was going through my mind.
He wasn't happy. All right.
It wasn't good.
Shaka, how challenging is it to move on from conceding a howler that cost your team points? How long does that kind of mistake affect you as a goalkeeper?
Forever. Forever.
Yeah, no, over the years, you kind of know that it comes from time to time, and like anything else, just next game you figure that out, you put it right. Again, I think it's tougher for younger goalkeepers because they've not been there that often. But when you get to a pro level, you've been there and chucked it in.
All right.
Chucked it in.
Yeah.
What? So, no, every question I'm just pausing, just waiting to see if there's anything coming from over this side. I'm like, oh God, where are we going?
Okay, last question. Guys, how distracting is it for the US men's national team to still not have a finalised head coach? Were you ever in a situation when the head coach status was awkward or delayed? Did the players talk about it incessantly, and did it feel like a distraction?
No. I had this with Gianluca Vialli being sacked, and Mr. Ranieri was in the stand for the European tie that we had to play. It doesn't bother players. Players, they want to play football. And for the US man national team, I followed the game against Canada. I mean, they are distracted by other things. They're on football. That was appalling what I saw. That was appalling. It's not because the coach is not there. It's because they don't know what to do with the ball. That was awful. So the golden generation, I'm sorry. I don't know where it went, but it wasn't on the field yesterday, for sure.
Did Frank say the players were distracted by football? God, that's brutal. Oh, God.
Some of the things we've had to listen to around this US men's national team over the years beggars belief. I mean, seriously. You think it was some of the people analysing it, you'd think they'd never watched a game before. To call this lot the greatest American squad ever assembled, men.
It's not. It's not.
I mean,
I don't know.
it's recency bias gone bananas.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I mean, it's just ridiculous. And I don't know if some of the players believe it. Some of them are. They've got good players. They've got good, decent players. Some good, some better than others. But I mean, some of the nonsense around this team over the past few years, which I always think, I won't go on about this because it's extra time, but I always think for the casual fan of soccer in this country, it sort of befuddles them. Because what they're hearing is not what they're seeing. Do you know what I'm saying? And they don't watch, some of them, some do. Some are ardent soccer fans, they watch all the time, various leagues and countries. Some don't. Some just chime in for these big US games and they enjoy it, and then they hear the voices and go, well, I've been told this is the best squad ever assembled. Why are we getting beat by this team, and why are we getting beat by this team? And so I think those fans are most affected by some of the nonsense. It's kind of annoying. So just maybe, I don't know, maybe some people believe it, I don't know. And everybody thinks I'm against the US.
No, he's making his case to be on Football Americas, isn't he?
Yeah,
Got a few big issues tonight.
The thing is, Craig, who called them the golden generation?
There's quite a few people out there. Usual suspects.
Do we have some names? We should name names.
The US soccer and the American media, yes. That's where it's come from. There's another question.
I'll give you a tip. They'd still beat Scotland.
What's the other question?
Let's have a look. Last question.
Okay.
For Craig, have you forgiven Frank for spoiling the results of the France-South Africa rugby match 10 months ago?
What game was it? I really
wanted. Do we have a clip? Because that was.
But you see, you can see, you can see on his face that he's still upset about it.
I made him pay. I made him pay for. He was made to pay for a night out in West Hartford.
Yeah,
for all the guys.
It cost me a lot. It cost me a lot.
No, he wasn't aware. He just. So when I come in now, if there's a big event on, like a few of us do the same, most of it is Formula One, right? On a Sunday, depending on what's happened, watching games and working, we won't see a Formula One race. Live on ESPN, by the way. That's my corporate stuff.
Wow.
That's my corporate for the year. You can see it live on ESPN. That's a new contract there.
I said you get a bonus for that.
50 grand, that.
I clap you.
But
I
I'll
clap
come
you.
in because a couple of the camera guys that work in the studio with us are also Formula One fans. So I'll come in and you'll say, you've got to drop it in early. Nobody mentioned the Formula One results. That's the only thing. Soccer, rugby I can take. Formula One, because that's my go-to on a Sunday night when I go home.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
That's kind of
Because you know who doesn't have that issue? I am not the door mother, okay? Just.
We've obviously, as you know, the screens are all around. And
he's walking around like that.
I have.
Yeah.
I can tell you this, in the building we're in, I have on the occasional Sunday gone round the whole third floor and switched every TV off because there was various sports on and stuff. I've switched them all off. It's not a sacking offence. We're allowed to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, I got to get...
Go to see a shrink.
I need to see a shrink after those puns.
Oh, God, I need to see a shrink after both of your puns.
I'm still annoyed though that Craig's been in a great mood and everybody's just trying to get him in a bad mood again. Didn't work.
I'm not in a great mood.
No.
In an okay
Don't
mood.
paint me in a picture that's not there. I'm not in a great mood. This is TV.
Don't
I'm just
insult
making. As soon as I walk out that door,
He's pretending. He's pretending.
Don't insult me. Don't insult me and tell me I'm in a good mood.
this is TV.
All right. Well, that'll do it for the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you for sending in your questions. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again.
I won't.
I will.